Muslims in America, which is a topic that we all need to understand and really understand the meaning of Muslims, Islam, and how we live, and what we think, and the way we treat our family, our children, and the way we do business in America.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله رب العالمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum. This is our second Monday night Talim. Does anybody remember what our subject is?
Qadr of Allah.
Qadr and Qadar. Right. And anybody remember what the difference is between Qadr and Qadar? Anyone? Okay, Qadr is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as it comes second to second, and Qadar is the conclusion of that command. So, but they're inseparable, just like if there's a start, there's a finish. If there's a finish, there must have been a start. So these are interchangeable. When you use them together, it means the decree of Allah and the destiny of that decree. So moving on, one of the major confusions people have with understanding Qadr as much as we can is, where does free will fit into Qadr? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed everything and knows everything that's going to happen, what part do we have in the things that happen to us and the things we do? And first of all, I want to share an ayah from Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقُلُوا حَقٌّ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلظَّالِمِينَ نَارًا. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in translation, and the truth is from your Lord. So whoever wills, let him believe. And and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. Indeed, we have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire. So this ayah lets us know that we have will that we can exercise in terms of, are we going to believe in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said or not? So it's not written in stone that we have to believe this. But Allah says that the penalty for the unbelievers is the fire. Imam Ali radiallahu anhu narrated a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he said, one day the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting with a wooden stick in his hand, which he was scratching on the ground with. He raised his head and said, there is none of you but has his place assigned either in the fire or in paradise. They, the companions of the Prophet, said, O Messenger of Allah, why should we carry on good deeds then? Shall we depend on al-qadr and give up work? The Prophet ﷺ said, no, but carry on doing good deeds, for everyone will find easy to do such deeds as that will lead him to that for which he has been created. And then he recited from Surah Al-Layl, as for him who gives and keeps his duty to Allah and fears Allah and believes in the good, we will make smooth for him his way to ease and goodness. So this ayah and this hadith lets us know that even though the overall structure, it belongs to Allah, we have some choice in this. We're either going to obey Allah or we're going to disobey Allah. Once you make the choice to obey Allah and disobey Allah, that's the end of your choices. Because until you choose the other, you're on that course. If you choose to obey Allah, as long as you obey Allah, then you're in unity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unless you choose to disobey Allah, then you're in disunity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But those are the two choices that you have: obedience and disobedience. This is where your free will operates. Imam Ali also said that decree is like soul and action is like body. Soul without body cannot be discerned, and body without soul has no life. The two combine to produce what is called destiny. The combination brings about a situation in which is completely under the laws that govern existence, yet gives the individual a certain measure of freedom within these constraints, from which he may learn that the ultimate freedom is total abandonment into it, intelligently and experientially. This total abandonment is based on yaqeen, or certainty. I know when I was younger, we had a saying, and maybe I know all of my contemporaries know the saying. They say, like, go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
Go with the flow. Well, in a sense, this is what Imam Ali is telling you here is, go with the flow. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you're on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, Allah sends you different circumstances. For example, if everyone here had a piece of canvas, different shapes, different sizes, and 3 colors to paint on: red, blue, and green. And Allah doesn't like red, blue is so-so, and green is what he likes best. Now, he may have a triangular piece, you may have a square piece, he may have a big piece, you may have a small piece. That's your color. What you paint on there is your decision. So if you're an intelligent person, what color is your canvas going to be?
Green.
Green, right.
Green.
But we know that the human being is such that he can't stand prosperity in a certain sense. If we look at the people of the Bani Israel, Allah dropped food from the heavens for them and made the quail walk up to them and gave them and fed them from themselves. And their position was, well, we can't eat this all the time. We want some variety. You know, we want some onions, we want some garlic, we want some this, that. And it's to go back to Egypt and we can get those things there. Well, they were ready to go back into slavery for some variety. So sometimes the human being will do things that are not in his best interest, running after his own desires. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lets you know that, somebody's going to say, well, you know, I'm tired of painting green all the time. Let me put some red in there because I like red. Well, this is your desire. Allah has already told you He doesn't like red. And then there's punishment for red, but your mind tells you, no, He'll overlook it or something. You fool yourself about Allah. Blue is those things that have no reward, no punishment. There's some things like that. Green is what Allah loves, so the intelligent person is going to make everything green. But so many people look at the canvas of the other person and say, well, why has he got a big one and I got a little one? Or why does he have a triangular one and I got a circular one? This is the choice of Allah. You have no control over that part of your conduct. But what you paint on the canvas, you do have control over. Sheikh Fatullah Hariri, who wrote the book, Decree and Destiny, says that individuals do have responsibility. This is what is meant by free will. It is to be understood that this will be accomplished within God's will, so ultimately it is God's will that will prevail. So the responsibility that you have to paint something on your canvas is your responsibility. But ultimately you can only paint in the colors that Allah gave you, and you can only paint to the edge of the canvas that Allah gave you. So ultimately, your decisions about what to paint are yours, but the decision about painting and what the size of the canvas is belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ultimately, the decision belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is what we call qadr and qada. And this is how free will plays into the qadr. So in the 2 or 3 minutes that I have left, any questions, any comments anybody would like to make? Everybody got it? Sure?
You see 2 choices, so we only got one good choice, and that's the right one.
Well, as long as you understand that, but the right one according to what?
And what we do.
No, according to what Allah said is right. You see, everybody's got desires. Everybody think they know what they're doing. If I tell you know, hey, don't tell me what to do. I know what to do. Well, yeah, according to what you want to do. The person that paints red on his canvas, he knows what he's doing.
Right.
But he figured, well, you know, it'll make it look better. Allah said, don't do that. So it's Allah who creates the rules. Everything has rules. Allah creates the rules, and it is your choice to follow the rule or not to follow the rule. If you follow the rule, you'll get the benefit of following the rule. If you don't follow the rule, you'll get the penalty that comes with not following the rules. It's that simple. But you don't make the rules. All you get to do is choose. And as I said, intelligent people will always choose to be in unity with the only reality that there is, and that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we all have our own mind. Allah gave us that ability to, as He said, whoever has a will, truth is from Allah, not from you. Truth is from Allah. Whoever wills to believe, let him believe. That's the permission right there. Whoever wills to disbelieve, let him disbelieve. So that's your choice, given to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the question is, what choice are you going to make? What color are you going to paint on your canvas? Inshallah, may Allah help us all to paint our canvases green, inshallah.